Fernando Solis writes, hello, John Campea and the Collider crew.
Hello.
I have been seeing a common trend in which critically acclaimed movies suddenly get backlash when they get recognition by award. For example, Gravity. When it was first released, everyone I knew loved it, but as soon as it was nominated for an award, those same people said it wasn't good. This has also happened to Argo and Birdman. The question is, why? Why do critically acclaimed movies suddenly get hated on when they get nominated for an award? Thanks, and bring on the filthy.
I think there's a couple of different dynamics here. Two of them that are probably the biggest reasons. Number one is take Avatar, for instance, because I was one of these people. I saw Avatar. I liked Avatar. I'm like, hey, Avatar's really good. Yeah, go see it. Avatar's really good. Then it gets announced as one of the favorites to win the Oscar. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's not that good. You know, so I think with Gravity, I saw a lot of that. A lot of people want to go see it. I was like, hey, you know, that was really kind of cool, very original. The Dead of Space, only a couple of actors. Man, that was a really fun movie to see. Then it comes out as one of the favorites to win the Oscar, and get a lot of backlash. We're like, wait a minute, it was good. It was not that good. It didn't deserve to win, you know, or be up for this or that or whatever. I think the second dynamic at play here is that it only matters when you can have a voice. And what I mean by that is, you know, Birdman comes out, it's a little film, you watch it, you didn't like it, whatever, I didn't like it. So you're quiet about it. But now all of a sudden, Birdman's up for Best Picture. And now you're like, hey, well, I want to give a voice to this. Now it's like that guy running for president who got two teenagers pregnant when he was, you know, when they were 17. Everybody's like, who cares? Blah, blah, blah. And now he's running for president. Hey, and they all come out of the woodwork. So I think that's two things. Number one, it's
we still care that you got him pregnant. Okay, we're just even less enthused about it if you're running for president.
Now it's a bigger deal. So I think number one, it's the hey, it was good, it wasn't that good thing, and the number two thing is that when people don't like a movie, like, who cares? It was just a movie, whatever, they're quiet about it, but it starts getting accolades, and then we want to give our voices to it. So I think those are two primary things. There's probably others. Steph, how do you see that? How do you think that, why does it work that way?
For me, it reminds me of when you're into a band and no one knew about them, and then they're like, that's my band,
like
and you're telling
Nickelback.
other people. Yeah, like John's favorite band, Nickelback. I was going to mention it, but John Campea's favorite band, Nickelback. I don't even know why. I want to try to erase Nickelback.
Look at this,
my Nickelback Erasure. Let's talk about that band. Remember them?
I remember
Erasure. They had a couple hits. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, like, when you're into a band that's not as popular, like when John was in a Nickelback when he was in high school, and then they get really big, and everyone's like, Nickelback, they just did the song for Spider-Man. Nickelback. And John's like, hey, I was into them before they were popular. I don't know if they should get that kind of acclaim or that much prestige. I think sometimes that happens when movies that you're into all of a sudden get this bigger kind of prestige or awards. You're like, I don't know if it's that good or if it deserves that much. It's kind of like the thing that you like gets a bigger glow or a bigger shine.
It's a hipster mentality.
Yeah, it's a little hipstery, I think.
It's also just competition too, because you got to remember that when you're competing, you're doing it for fun, and then when you're done competing, everybody can be friends again. Because, like, if you take what's the best movie this summer, and Schnepp says Ant-Man, and John says Mission Impossible 5, and I say Jurassic World, because we're going to be in an argument, we have to poke holes in the other one's theory. So even though I loved Ant-Man and I love Mission Impossible 5, I'm going to have to tell them, oh, you know what? Well, your movie lacked story, your movie like this and this. My movie had huge dinosaurs and yours didn't. So you have to, by the very nature of it, once you start having movies that are competing for awards, you start looking at, like, which one is better. You enjoyed them individually. When they have to match up, there can be only one, like Highlander.
That is the DC versus Marvel fanboy mentality right there. It's like, oh, I like Batman more, therefore I have to say everything by Marvel sucks.
Yeah,
that's true.